Hey guys, how are you all today? So good to be back. Well, I'm still in the Philippines actually, but what I mean is back on this live. Um, I know for a couple of these lives I've been doing like a loop video, which is still all my crochet stuff, but it's always nice to be here in person as well. So I thought today we could make this bee tulip that I was showing you before. I just need to find my hook so I can show you how to make it properly. Which I actually don't know where it is. Give me a second, guys. Nope. Okay, I don't know where the hook is actually. Anyone here? No, no one yet. Hey, Socky. Socky? Nasaan yung 3mm hook? Hindi. Yung green. Wala ko nahanap. Alright. I found it. Yay! So, I'm going to be using a 3mm hook and we're going to make part of this. We probably won't do all of this, but we'll definitely do the top of the bee. So we will need yellow yarn, black yarn, and also white for the wings. You can see it's actually very cute. And this is just a tulip, but we've made it into a bee. No eyes, but this is what it looks like. I'm surprised that no one's here yet. Is anyone here? It'd be good to have some people to talk to. But then again, you probably don't know that I'm live. Okay, let us get started then. I guess I'll just go. Or I could wait for someone. Guys, talk to me. Where is everyone? Where are you all today? This is actually kind of fun to do. So I think you'll enjoy it. Hope so. Anyways. Okay. Well, let's just get started then. Thanks for watching. If anyone's here and watching, we're going to make this bee tulip if you don't already know. And it looks like this. We're going to make most of it, so mostly this head portion here. And then I will have another tutorial video that shows the rest of it. So for example, the leaf, the stem, how to put it all together and things like that. So that is what we're going to work on today. And hopefully it's all good. All right, so we have one person watching. Thanks so much for watching, whoever you are. I can't see anything in the comment section. I wonder if it's just my phone or... Oh, no one's here now. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should pause this and start again. Oh, we do have someone. Yay, thank you. Hey, Mara. How are you? So good to have you here. Thanks for coming. All right, so I guess I'll get started and show you how to make the beginning of this bee tulip that you can see here. Now, I've just noticed that it's a little bit messy over here, like the 4-ply in the cotton yarn is not really staying together right here, so I might start a little bit further up top. You love me? Oh, thank you. Love you too. All right, so I'm just using a 3mm hook, and as you can see, hold on, can you see that? It says 3mm right there. So if you don't know how to crochet and you want to do this tulip, it's just a 3mm hook with 4-ply cotton yarn that I use right there. There, that's a bit more in focus there. Okay, so let's get started. We're just going to make a magic ring. So let me show you how to do that. All I do is go across my fingers, make a little bit of an X, and then I'm going to have the hook come underneath. As you can see, it's come underneath. And then I'm going to grab this piece of yarn and pull it through with my hook. And then I'm going to grab this piece of yarn over here that I'm holding with my third finger somehow, and I'll pull that through the loop that was on the hook. And that is my magic ring, and that's it. So there we go. By the way, if you donate, I'm going to be subscribing to you. And yeah, anyways, thank you so much for all of you who are here, and this is going to be fun. This channel is starting to grow a little bit, so hopefully we can all crochet together and enjoy this together. So thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, since we've made that magic ring, is we are going to make 6 single crochet stitches. So you probably already saw me already start one. So there we go. I've just started one. I'm making the second. To make a single crochet stitch, you just put your hook through the magic ring, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then pull the yarn through as well. And that's it. That's a single crochet stitch. Okay, so that's number 3. Here's number 4. Here is number 5. And finally, our number 6 stitch. So we have 6 stitches in total. Then we're going to pull the yarn just so we can close that magic ring. That's normally how you close a magic ring anyway. So we just close that by pulling this yarn tail down here. And now I'm going to make a slip stitch and chain one. In order to do that, I need to get into my first stitch. So here's the first stitch that I made. Sometimes it's a little bit easier if you make that first stitch a little bit loose, but for now, I've got my hook in there, so it's all good. And I'm going to just weave in this yarn tail at the same time, so it just will be placed on top of that hook. Let me just get that properly. So it goes on top of the hook. I'll grab the yarn, and now I'm going to pull this yarn through and make that slip stitch and pull it through, and there we go. There is the slip stitch right there. And there we go. Now all I need to do is chain one, and there we go. Now we're ready to start the second round. So in the second round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is that 6? I just want to make sure this is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we're good. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to make what is known as an increase. So an increase is just 2 single crochet stitches in the one stitch. That's all it is. There's nothing hard about an increase. It's abbreviated INC, and that's all it is. I'm so surprised that barely anyone is here watching, but anyways, it's a little bit sad, but I hope we can make this a bit more meaningful later on, because we are making this bee crochet. So we've done 1, 2 increases here, and you can kind of see it. Can you see how we've got 2 stitches in the one stitch right there? So there's one, and there's the second right there. So we're just going to keep doing that until we've finished 6 increases. So here's another increase coming up. 1, 2. So there's that increase all finished. 2 single crochet stitches in the one stitch. Now let's do this another 3 times so we can finish off this second round. So there is number 1. Here is number 2. And how are you guys enjoying my tutorial videos, by the way? I hope you guys are enjoying them. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Love to have you as part of this community. If you want to become a member, please go check that out as well. If you want to donate, that would be amazing and so much appreciated, but completely up to you. So I'm making a slip stitch now, and I am chaining one. As you can see, I'm chaining one here, and we are now just about to start the third round. So let's do the third round now. With the third round, we are going to make the following. So we'll do a single crochet stitch first, and then we make an increase. So here is the increase, 1 and number 2. There you can see. So we're just going to repeat that single crochet increase all the way around for this entire third round. So let's do that now. So 1 and then an increase. So here is the increase, 1, 2. Let's do it again. Single crochet stitch first, and then an increase. For those of you who are watching, please say hello in the chat. I really want to say hi to you guys. Thank you for staying, and thank you for watching. I really hope this is going to be enjoyable for you. So here I'm just doing another increase. Then I'm making a single crochet. We're just repeating that same pattern. Single crochet, increase, then single crochet after the increase. So I'll show you right here. Here's the single crochet, stitch, single there, and finally to finish round 3 we have an increase. Thanks again guys for watching. There's 6 of you here. It's so lovely to have you. Please say hi in the chat if you haven't already. I hope I'm able to see the chat go, if actually, because I've had some issues before in the past with the chat, so please do say hi so I can just make sure that the chat is working. Let's see, guys, say hi in the chat, please say hi. Okay, Now we are going to start round 4. So we've done 1, 2, 3, and this will be the 4th round right here. So let's do that now. So in the 4th round, we're going to make 2 single crochet stitches. So 1, then 2, and then an increase. So very simple here. You can see we're starting to make this circle wider and wider, which is exactly what we want. So again, let's do it again. 1, and a second single crochet stitch, and then of course an increase. And for those of you who have just jumped in, oh, we're down to 2 again. That's okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying. For those of you who don't know what an increase is, it's just 2 single crochet stitches in one stitch. So I'll show you that now. Here's the first single crochet stitch. I'll go into the same stitch space and make the second single crochet stitch, and that is what you call an increase. And you can see it quite easily here. So here's just 1, and for this stitch space it's 2. 1, 2. Then that's what you call the increase. Don't forget to like this video, guys. Double tap on the screen if you haven't already. Thanks for the smiles and hearts. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so single crochet stitch number 1, single crochet stitch number 2, and then of course the increase. Okay, there we go. So I'm just seeing all the reactions coming in. Whoever's pressing the smiley or laugh face, I love it. Thank you. Single crochet stitch, single crochet stitch, and then an increase. Here's the increase. 1 and number 2. And finally, single crochet stitch. Let's finish off this 4th round. Single crochet stitch again, and we're going to finish on an increase. And just before we finish that last stitch to make the increase, so look, I'm going to bring the yarn through, and usually I would pull this yarn through to finish that stitch, right? But I'm not going to do that because I want to change color. So for those of you who have never seen people change color before, this is your treat. Not really a treat, but you know what I mean. So here we're going to change colors, by the way. Guys, please say hi in the chat. I'm not seeing anyone's comments. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's just no one's actually saying anything. Hopefully it's just me. I'm not sure. But please, if you're there, write in the comments, like this video. If you wrote, hey, please like this video so I can know that it's probably just my chat. Otherwise, I'm not going to know. But I have had problems in the past with that. So here we go. So I've just changed the yarn color. As you can see there, I brought that black yarn through those 2 loops on the hook. And then I'm going to come into my very first stitch. I'm going to put these 2 yarn tails, so it's my black and yellow yarn tail. I'm going to pull this a little bit tight, and then I'm going to just make a slip stitch to finish off that round. And then of course you chain 1 to completely, then start the next round. So that is round 4 all done, and now we have no more pieces to make. So this circle here is not going to get wider and wider. This is the size of it. That's the size of our bee right here. And what we're going to do now is 2 rounds of 24 single crochet stitches. So 2 rounds. So here we go. Let's begin. And I can weave in these yarn tails for a couple of those stitches as well. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. Weaving in those yarn tails, number 1 stitch done. Weaving in those yarn tails, number 2 stitch done. And let me show you again. Weaving in those yarn tails, as you can see, they're going on top of the hook, and then you make your single crochet stitch. And we might do that for 2 more stitches. So here's 1, and here is number 2. Guys, invite your friends if you haven't already. Come join my live. Come enjoy. We're going to be making this bee tulip together as best as we can. I hope this live is enjoyable or a little bit educational as well. I hope you learned something from it. I haven't seen anyone type in the chat, so I'm not sure if it's working. But maybe I can ask. I'll ask my bestie who is currently living in the Philippines, and I'm here with her on vacation. I'll see if she can log into the chat and see if anyone's actually written anything, because I'm not sure if they have. Or I could probably just log into my computer as well. So I might do that in a little bit so I can see. But as you can see, I'm so sorry if you guys have written in the chat and I just can't see them. I only see the first 2 messages from someone who says hello, I love you, and that's all I can see. The rest of it I can't see. Can you guys do a reaction if there's more comments than the ones that I see? Can you just like do a heart comment or sorry, the heart reaction or the laughing reaction if there is? If not, I guess there are no more comments. Okay, that's okay. So here we go. I'm just doing single crochet stitches all the way around. This is 24 single crochet stitches. There we go. So that's one round, and now we're going to repeat that again. So I'm not going to chop off the yellow because we will need to use that yellow a little bit later. So I'm just going to do one more round of black. So let's do that now. Here we go. So remember, there's 24 stitches in a round. So we've done 2. Here's number 3. For those of you who don't know, this channel has a ton of tutorials on it, and I really hope you enjoy them. I've particularly started like made a lot of tutorial videos on earrings. So for those of you who want to make earrings, the last maybe like 10 or so crochet tutorials that have come out from me have been all about earrings. So I really hope you enjoy those. If you're not into earrings, there's a ton of other stuff, and I post videos every Tuesday and every Friday. So turn on those notifications, subscribe if you haven't already, and just enjoy this channel. There's so much coming, there's so much already here, and we're just going to keep going. So thank you so much, guys. Kind of miss you guys though. There's a lot of you who I haven't spoken to in a little while, and they're probably just not here at this time, but that's okay. So we're just completing this second round of black, so we can finish the black. And then after this, we're going to change the yarn color back to yellow, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment as soon as we get there. So here's all my black yarn, pulling through, making single crochet stitches. Do you guys know how to make single crochet stitches? I want to say write in the comments if you know how to do that, but I don't think I'm able to see any comments right now, unless really there's no one writing in the comments and I'm just kind of talking to myself for no reason. There's 2 people here. Thank you for staying, you wonderful 2 people. Okay, now I went too far there. I need to change the color to yellow, don't I? So before we move on, let's go back into our very last stitch. So here is just before we get to the last stitch. I'll show you how to change the color. So you come in here, you pull the black yarn through until you have 2 loops on the hook. And then it's at that point where you will grab your color that you want to change to, and then you pull that through those 2 loops that were on the hook, and you might pull the black yarn tail a little bit so it's not too tight either. And then what you could also do is weave it in that black tail as you pull it a little bit tight too, so it will just rest on top of the hook. And then you pull the yellow yarn with your finger over here, and then grab the yarn with your hook and make that slip stitch just to finish it. And there you go. So that is how you change yarn colors just before you finish the round, it is actually not too difficult. So I wouldn't be afraid of changing yarn colors. It's just something that is done in a lot of patterns. So you kind of have to just get used to it. And that's how I do it. So hopefully that's taught you something a little bit there. So we're going to continue now and crochet in yellow. So you can see we're up to this part right here. We're up to this part. So we started from down here. We've come up to this part right here. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3 rounds to do in yellow. And then we can change back to black. So let's see how quickly we can get these done. Guys, don't forget to comment that you've subbed if you haven't already. And welcome aboard to this channel. Thank you so much for coming. I really hope you enjoy it. And there's so much here for you. I post every Tuesday and every Friday, so twice a week. And then there's sometimes videos in between that. I'll post short videos as well. And yeah, trying to make this a good place for everyone to be. So I hope you enjoy it. I really do hope you guys enjoy it. If you'd like to donate, please donate. I'll be so appreciative of any donations that come through to help with this business, to help continue crocheting. And if not, just thank you for subscribing, for being here. It's wonderful to have you and for all of you to be part of this crochet community that I'm trying to make at this time. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Again, I can't see any comments, so I do apologize if you have written something. I'm actually going to probably log into my laptop in just a second so I can see if there are any other comments or if there really aren't any comments at all, which would kind of be sad, I think, if no one else has written anything. But guys, thank you. Thank you anyway for just watching and being here. It's probably not the greatest time to be doing a live. All right, I'm just going to check into my laptop to see if there is anyone else who has commented and if my live is just stuffing up for me. So let's check. Let me just quickly have a look here. So I'm just on my computer. I'm going to here. Network is a little bit slow, unfortunately. View my channel. Let's see. You can probably see this. That's my channel there. And then I'm going to go on this live. Let's see if any of you are here. Oh, let's turn that down so I can't hear it. Oh, there really are no other comments. Okay, no worries. I'm going to like this myself. Like it, please like. Thanks, guys. All right, so there really aren't any other comments. That's okay. No problema. All right, let us continue now. So we will continue with our yellow yarn, and I'm going to just continue with the 3 rounds. Here they are all the way. And remember, in each round there are 24 stitches. So we started with 6 single crochet stitches. We increased to 12 in the round 2. Then we increased to 3. We increased in round 3 to 18, and then in round 4 we increased to 24. So that's how many we have there. So that's how it is. Okay, so we have 24 stitches in the round. Here is the second round of yellow after the black, and then after this we will have one more round, and hopefully we'll have a chance to then change again to black, and I can show you how to change the yarn color again at that point when we get there. So let's just continue now until we do that. So, ooh, what's happened here? Something has definitely happened at this point, and I'm not sure what it is, but hopefully we're all good. Okay, coming in there. So we're ready now to begin the next round. So let's count these as we go. So there should be 24, as I said. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is the third round of yellow, by the way. So that's 10, 11, and 12. So we're halfway there in the round. So this one will be number 13, number 14, number 15, 16. Just got to grab some yellow yarn so we can do that. So here we go. So this is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then, or was this 20? No, I'm not sure. 21, 22, 23, 24. I hope I haven't done something wrong here. So 1, 2, in any case, it doesn't really matter. It is what it is. And at this point, this is where we can change the yarn color to black as well. So here I'll just grab my black yarn and pull this through just before I finish on the very next round. So here is round number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is round number 10 actually. So here we go. So we're going to just chain 1 to begin this round, and then we will start. So we should have again 24 single crochet stitches, and we're going to make 2 rounds of black. 2 rounds of black. So let me just see. There we go. So again, for those of you who weren't here, we're making a bee tulip, and we have just completed, here you can see we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, change to black 2 rounds, change to yellow 3 rounds, change to black, and about to do another 2 rounds. So we're just completing those 2 rounds right now. So here they are. And remember, in each round, again, there's 24 single crochet stitches. So this is all it is. Thank you guys for staying. For those of you who stayed, please don't forget to like this live if you haven't already. And there we go. So going through. And thank you for saying hi in the comments for those of you who have already. I didn't realize there was no one actually writing in the comments, but it's okay. Oh, too loud. So here we go. Here's another round. And after this, we're just going to make one more round of black. And then we can change straight back to yellow. And I'll show you how to make, I'll show you first of all how to change yarn colors to yellow. And after that, we will almost be done actually, because this is round 11 right now. So round 11 is right here and right now. We're just working single crochet stitches for those of you who don't know. Single crochet stitches are exactly what I'm doing now. So your hook goes inside and then you pull the yarn through and then you pull the yarn through again through those 2 loops on the hook. And if we just keep going, this is all it is. This is a single crochet stitch, or that's what you call it anyway, single crochet, for those of you who don't know. And it's basically one of the most simplest and most used form of stitches in crochet. So that's some good knowledge for you guys right there. So single crochet stitch, single crochet. So all it is, again, you get your hook through the stitch, you pull the yarn through, and then you pull the yarn through again. So hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through, and pull the yarn through again. Hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through, and then pull the yarn through, 2 loops on the hook. And that's it. That's just a single crochet stitch right there. And you can start getting faster and faster at them as well. There are a few different styles of doing that single crochet stitch, but in essence, it's the same principle. It's just whether your hook will go over or under. Currently, I will show you the technique I use in just a moment. I use a yarn under and then yarn over technique. So I'll show you what I mean by that in just a moment. And I do have a video explaining all of that as well. So if you want to go check out tutorial or beginner crochet tutorials or something like that, learn to crochet, there's a learn to crochet playlist. If you don't already know about that, go check it out. And in lesson number 4, I teach you all about that single crochet stitch and the different ways that people make them. So here I'm coming in here now, I'm going to weave this black yarn on top, through in a couple of these stitches so it goes on top of the hook. Then I'm going to pull this yellow yarn as well, and then I'm going to pull it through and make a single crochet stitch, and that's it. So when I say yarn under, yarn over, this is what I mean. So the hook stitch, and then can you see how my hook is above the yarn? This is and technically the yarn is under the hook. So I say yarn under. And then when I pull this yarn through again, this time the yarn is on top of the hook or over the hook. So this one I'd say yarn over. So when I perform my single crochet stitch, it's yarn under and then yarn over. And that's what I mean by people do it different ways. So I do yarn under and then yarn over. Sometimes I do it yarn under and then also yarn under, but I want to keep consistent here, so I'm just going to keep with yarn over, yarn under. So I'll just make that stitch again. So yarn under, yarn over, yarn under, yarn over, and then usually beginners, when they begin, they will do it yarn over and then also yarn over when they finish that. So those are the different ways and types of ways that people make that single crochet stitch, or just crochet in general. I find that the whole yarn under, yarn over technique, which is what I'm using now, is a really nice way to have not too tight and compact stitches, but not too loose stitches either. The stitches align very nicely on top of each other when I do this method, and to me it looks neater, although that again is subjective, but for me, I just love this way. I also love the yarn under method. Um, it can take a little bit of getting used to though, so I wouldn't recommend. I guess I don't think I'd recommend a beginner starting with the yarn under method, just because it is a little bit more tricky. The probably the most natural, and it's why a lot of beginners do this, they do the yarn over method, and it's just a natural way of crocheting, which is why you don't really have to teach it. It's kind of intuitive, instinctive, and that's why beginners usually do crochet or start crocheting that way. And then once they start making little characters and things, and they might see other people's pictures of these characters, and they might see that the stitches look a little bit, what they might say as more organized or a little bit neater, and they're wondering how to get that. It's all about the way that you crochet. And I had to learn that when I was younger. When I was younger, I don't know what I'm saying. I meant like I started crocheting using the yarn over technique. And I was doing that for a while as well. And yeah, it took me a good couple of months before I realized there are other ways of doing that. So I had no clue, but now I do. So hopefully I can pass on that information to you guys. And again, if you want to check out those tutorial videos, go check them out. They're on my playlist where it says I think it's crochet tutorials or crochet for beginners. One of those is the title for the playlist, and there's about 7 or 8 lesson videos in there. So go check those out if you would like to learn a little bit about how to crochet, and I teach you all the things that I know up into lesson 8. I do need to add to those videos though. So if you'd like to check those out, please check them out and comment in them and let me know if you've learned something and you've enjoyed it. I'd love to know. So thank you so much. All right, so we are on to our final round of this Bee Tulip. Now, after this, I am going to show you how to close it. But before we close this tulip um, and add stuffing and the stem and the leaf, which I probably won't show you here, but I'll show you how to add the stem because the stem needs to be in here before we can close it. And I'll show you all of that when we get to it. But before all of that, I'm going to just show you how to make the wings, and then we can get to closing this tulip. We won't add the leaf today, but I will have a tutorial video that hopefully comes out soon enough where you can make this for yourselves and for your loved ones. It's a very cute type of tulip that I thought would be nice to make for you guys. I'm sure someone else has made this at some point, but I haven't checked. I haven't even searched to see if someone's made a bee tulip. I'm sure there's something out there. But anyways, this is just my rendition of what I thought. I was just thinking, oh, let's do a bee tulip. That could be fun. That could be easy. So that's what we're doing here today. And I'll record a tutorial video of it so that you guys can make it too. Thank you so much for your heart reactions. I really, really love it. Thanks so much for all of that. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to donate as well to help my business grow, I would really appreciate that. And thank you so much for all of that. So there we go. We've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rounds in total, as you can see here. And that is enough for our bee tulip. We only need 14, so I'm very happy with that. And I'm probably going to pull this, and what I do need is a pair of cutters. So let me just go find a pair of cutters now so I can do that. And then I'm going to also grab some white yarn, so just bear with me. And I'm going to make what we call wings. It's not foreign, it's not a difficult, it's like what we call wings. Okay, yes, just the bee wings. So I'm going to chop now because remember at the beginning we already weaved in this part. Oh, actually, maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot halfway through. I don't think I did. That's okay. I'm just going to chop this one because I weaved that in. I also weaved this yellow in. The only thing that I didn't weave in was maybe that beginning. I thought I did, but I don't think I did because it doesn't look like I did. I'm not sure now. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. I can't remember, but I'll leave it as is. And now we are going to, what did I say? We're going to make the wings. So I'm going to grab some white yarn right here. I'm going to move aside the black yarn. Move this to the top so I don't get it in the way. And then here we go. Here's my white yarn. So we're going to make the wings of the bee. And this is how I like to remember how to do this. So I don't actually count my chains, not at this point anyway. And I'm just going to start maybe down here because I don't really need a yarn tail. Thanks again, guys, for your reactions. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the likes. If you haven't already liked this live, please like it. And please subscribe. And if you'd love to donate, I would be so appreciative and thankful. Thank you so much for all the for you guys just being here. Okay, so we've made a slip stitch now, and this is how I work out what I need to do. So I'm going to make a single crochet stitch, half double crochet stitch, double crochet stitch, back to half, then a single, then a slip stitch. And I could even make 2 slip stitches, so let's do that. 2 slip stitches, then back to single, half, double, half, and single, and you always need 1 extra at the end. Always need 1 extra at the end because we crochet starting in the second loop from the hook, and that was the second loop right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm pulling the yarn through and just making a single crochet. So everything I said before is now what we're going to work in these stitches. So single crochet came first, next was the half double crochet stitch, so I'm going to do that right here, half double crochet, then we'll make a double crochet stitch. So that's just pulling through 2 and pulling through 2, then reducing it a little bit, so now it's just the half double crochet stitch, which just goes through all 3 loops. Then we make the single crochet stitch like that. Thanks for your hearts, guys. And then we make a slip stitch. So here's the first slip stitch, and I won't make it too tight. And then here will be the second slip stitch. So that's the middle of the wing. The middle of the wing right there. And then in the very next stitch, we're going to start again. So start with the single crochet stitch, then a half double crochet stitch, pulling through all 3 loops, then a double crochet stitch right here, double like that, then a half double crochet stitch, just like so. There we go, and finish with a single crochet stitch. But when I say finish with it, I'm in the last loop, and I want to make sure I get into that last loop very, very easily. So there we go. There's 1. Now in that last loop again, I'm going to make another 2 single crochet stitches, and that will help me turn my bee wings around. So there we go. So I've made another 2 single crochet stitches in that last stitch. Now what I'll do is I will do a half double crochet stitch in the next I guess it's the back of the loop. I don't want to say stitch because it's not a stitch, it's just the back of the loop. If you can see this lining over here where I chained, that's what we're now working into. So I'm going into the next one, which will be just a double crochet stitch because we already did a half double. So I'm coming in here and just getting this nicely done. So here's the double. I just keep getting caught on yarn for some reason. Then I'm going to go into this next loop area and make a half double crochet stitch. Then I will come into this very next stitch and make a single crochet stitch, just like that. And now remember, we have 2 slip stitches that we need to make. So here's the first slip stitch, number 1, and then the second slip stitch over here as number 2. So there we go, that's 2 slip stitches right there. Over here now I'll make a single crochet stitch, doing basically a mirror image of what we just did, a half double crochet stitch, the next one a double crochet stitch, 1 and 2, then a half double crochet stitch in the second last area or backside of my skeleton chain, and then here is where we'll do our final single crochet stitch. And I'm not going to make two here because I can see it's already kind of turned nice and neatly, but what I will do is come into this very first stitch that we made and just make a regular slip stitch to finish that all off. And then I'm going to pull the yarn through and give myself a little bit of yarn over here. So, and then I'll cut it, as you can see here. We've got 3 of you watching. Thank you so much to the 3 of you that have stayed. You guys are awesome. And now what we're going to do is grab a sewing needle. So let me just grab that right now. So I just need a sewing needle, and we'll work on this together, guys. So here is the needles that I have. Any of these good? Not really. 2 of them are too big and 1 of them is quite small. So I guess we'll try our best with the small one. I'm not sure if I'll be able to weave the yarn into the small yarn tail, but let's try our best. So what I'm doing here is I'm just weaving into these back loops until I get to the middle of my wing. And the reason I want to come into the middle of my wing here is because I'm going to tie around the middle section of my bee wing and into the body of my tulip. So I hope that makes sense. That's the reason I'm weaving this yarn tail into the middle of my wing. And let's just see if I can weave this in. I really hope so. First try. Oh, so close. Not close enough. We had almost all the strands go through, but one of the strands got left behind, unfortunately. So we have to do this again. I always say this and I hold to it, that this is my worst part of trying to crochet, is pulling the yarn through the eye of a needle. I absolutely hate it. But once you can do it, it's easy. The rest is easy, and it should be for everyone as well. Okay, so there we go. I'm right in the middle of my bee wing now. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to find... Oh, thank you. And yeah, I'm just going to find a section here where I can weave and stick these bee wings onto the tulip. You can see it looks like this so far. So I'm just going to come in this yellow section right here. I'm just going to come anywhere. There's not really a particular spot that you need to go, but you can see I've put my yarn needle here, and then I'm just going to come out straight above it. 2 rounds apart. So 2 stitch rounds apart. 1, 2. My needle will now come through that, and I'll just pull it ever so gently until I get my wings wrapped up there, nice and easy done. And then I'm going to just weave in again my needle back through those same stitch spaces again, and then pull it. And this is where you'll start to see it come to life. So you're really trying to tie this down now. So let me do it again. So I'm going to come into the stitch right here. Whoops, I just poked myself. That's never fun. And come out over here. And again, pull nice and tightly, because you do want to have nice and tight as you do that, so that these wings never come apart. And I'll just do it one more time, but this time I'm not going to come out. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to turn this inside out, and I'll show you the reason why I'm doing that in just a second. So I'm going to turn this inside out. I'm going to pull this. Should have made sure I'm pulling it properly though. There we go. Yes, it is pulling nice and tightly, which is good. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to... The reason why I'm inside my tulip right now is because I want to weave in my yarn into a few of these stitches which are inside my tulip, and this will really secure it in place. And the reason I said thank you before is because my best friend handed me a set of pliers so I can easily pull it out, which will make my life so much easier, and yours too. So if you have a pair of pliers, please use them because they are awesome. Okay, and then I'll just cut that because we don't need that in. It's already woven in like that. I'll turn my tulip back the right side around, and there we go. There is the bee tulip with the wings. So you know what? I think we'll leave this tutorial here. There's not many of you guys here, which is fine. I'm really happy that you guys are here anyway, but we want to make this a bit more worthwhile. So maybe we'll try this tutorial again a different time, and I'll do a recording of this as well, so you guys will be able to have it on video. For those of you who are not here and have missed my live, comment after this live has been published, and I'll reply to you as well. I've missed some of you guys that are usually here, but for those of you who are new, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm so grateful for you to be here, and hopefully you can come join as well in the next live session. But anyways, this is basically most of the tulip all done. The last part is just adding a stem, adding some stuffing, sewing the top portion, making a leaf, and then wrapping the stem as well. And that's it. But this is the main portion, and we did that today. So, guys, thank you so much again for coming, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining. Bye.